say movie because it was easy, like going through a movie. Yeah, it was sarcastic. I don't know how anyone could know. Tone of voice must have been not sarcastic.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. This is as Breakdown mentioned. It really is morning for us.
Good morning, Sen. Good morning.
Good morning, Breakdown. How are you doing? So this is Twinkle. It's a fun little top-down shooter. I'm gonna do my best to speedrun it, and I'm gonna do my best to just be quiet and let these guys do some great commentary for it. Because when I start talking, things start going wrong. So with that in mind, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, start.
Okay, so this is Twinkle, a top-down shooter for the Mega Drive, Japanese only. Right off the bat here, we have 3 weapons that can be switched between at any time, and they're powered up by the little star orbs. The most important weapon in the game is probably the stars, which, as the star power levels up, it'll increase the spread of the shot, and it's incredibly powerful. That spread, all of those bullets can hit an enemy, so by getting an enemy right in its face, as he'll do right here, he can kill enemies really quickly. Aside from that, he has a laser, which is useful when that shotgun spread isn't quite as useful, and a homing weapon that is, well, it has a totally other purpose other than actually being a weapon. Upon taking damage, those weapons, whatever weapon you have currently equipped, will lose a level. So at times he'll switch to the homing weapon in order to tank hits without losing levels on his important weapons. And that was stage 1. It goes by pretty fast. Aside from the weapons, there's a couple of bomb powers. Mostly the run will revolve around this blue ball power-up, which fires 3 blue balls that damage enemies as they fly across the screen. There's another kind of bomb, which is the red bomb, which is just a full screen attack that summons fire dragons to damage everything.
All right, there's a slime up here that can randomly spawn in my face. It didn't, thankfully.
Hey, Marathon Luck and
The bouncing balls there are not random, but where these 2 slime spawns are, and they can be really annoying if I get bad RNG.
Okay, so it might look like his movement looks suboptimal at times, but if he ever moves in any weird way, it's probably because there's something that is locking the camera in place and he has to move to a certain position to unlock it.
There's certain areas where you have to clear enemies off screen before the screen will scroll further.
Like right there, I move just far enough right to trigger the screen to lock to the right side of the screen and then diagonally up to get to the boss.
Okay, so this is the second boss. I'm not gonna try not to jinx anything, but it can be pretty difficult depending on what patterns it gives. When its shield is up, it is invincible, so needs to wait for the shield to go down before you can damage it.
Wow.
Okay, it went really well.
Nice.
So at the beginning of the game, you have 3 health, and throughout the game, as the plot progresses, you gain more HP. So the beginning of the game can actually be rather dangerous just because of the low HP that he has. As you can see here now, in the lower right of his screen, there are now 4 bars for his HP. So he can take more hits.
Fun fact, you can fall off these ledges.
Yes. You do not want to fall off these ledges.
Stage 3 is really strange. It's both very forgiving and very unforgiving. There's no checkpoint in this stage, so if you die, you go back to the very beginning, but there's just a lot of items and power-ups, so hopefully you don't die in a speedrun. Also, I'm killing a lot of enemies here to prevent what we call the Sakuya knife. One of those enemies can throw its knife in such a pattern where the knife stays on screen for so long that it loses its sprite and starts to lag the game. It's pretty annoying. Glad it didn't happen. Kermie, would you like to explain the tree coming up?
Okay, so the tree boss will be weak in its mouth, and what he'll do here is he'll use the spread of the shotgun to stand to the side of the tree and attack it, while the tree itself will not be able to hit him. It does spawn these flowers that shoot bullets, but that's what the bombs are for. The bombs delete the bullets so that he can safely attack, and it went really well.
Two-cycling that is a little harder than it looks.
It should be noted, the entire game, Sent is mashing his arm off, so this is a game that is difficult to run for long periods of time. Thankfully, it's a short game, but it can make it tough to practice sometimes.
So I'm going to try to set up a very specific glitch here. I think this should work. Yes.
Okay, so he saved a couple seconds there by... there's supposed to be a door at the top of the screen, but there's some sort of warp regarding the door spawning that the game thought he was in the door once he killed the enemies instead of having to walk into the door.
Basically, I want to be where the load zone is, but not have the load zone on screen. And the game's just like, there should be a load zone here. And warps you out. It's a neat little time saver. Oof, taking some unnecessary hits here. Gonna get some backup help. No, I'm not. All right. That's actually fine because we use lasers for this boss anyway. So I'm supposed to actually have a blue bomb here and not a red one. Hopefully that will... I'm not going to be able to one-cycle the spider. Should be really close. Okay. I basically fired off a bomb there for safety. That boss can go really wrong if you don't kill it in its first cycle. But that shouldn't cause too many problems. This is stage 5.
So again, because of the plot progressing, he's gotten another life bar added to his health, so getting harder to die. After this stage, he should be in the clear. I say that, and I hope I don't jinx it.
Well, it's funny you say that, because stage 6 is very much one of the roughest stages in the game.
Oh, it's after stage 6 that you're in the clear. So
Yeah, well... Let's just not say it at all.
I'm just going to stop saying the words in the clear.
When the credits start.
Because I used an extra bomb there, I'm going to need to go down here. These ghost enemies don't damage you, but they do take a level away from your weapon. So this is a mini-boss, or it was. That one's invincible the first time it's down, but now it's dead.
Again, the star is very powerful when you stand in an enemy's face and mash. This room is notorious for awful, awful camera.
Yeah, my movements might look very weird, but I promise you I'm making them because the camera gets locked in the strangest positions possible. So here's another mini-boss. Never mind, it's dead.
Okay, so coming up the boss here, so the stars, at level 1 they fire 2 stars, at level 2 they fire 3 stars, and at level 3 they fire 5 stars. The boss here is a 3-headed dragon, so what he's going to do is he's going to intentionally take a hit to level down to level 2 stars, and get these 3 stars to hit the 3 heads as best as he can. And
I was off center.
in kind of a Mega Man fashion, the stars are limited by how many are on screen. So if he gets the aim proper, then he can just mash as fast as he can, and every button press will trigger more stars.
So the lava does damage you after the stage is over, and I'm doing my best to, whenever possible, walk to where Saria would be at the end of the stage, because otherwise the computer will take over and make you walk there. We're just going to damage boost to these bats.
Gargoyles Redux.
In this rematch, you can use the lasers because you're so close to the edge of the screen that, you know, you might get more damage than mashing stars, but really a personal preference thing.
This stage has fantastic music.
It does.
I just thought I'd say real quick, we received an anonymous $250 donation that says, "Sent, do the thing."
I'll do the thing. So there's a funny little glitch that might happen here. The game really doesn't like all these enemies spawning. Yep, there we go. Just kind of teleport backwards. I have no idea why. But it's always funny to me.
All right, so here's another mid-boss, the Hammer Brothers. They hold hammers and look kind of intimidating, but they forget that you're on the side and... Okay, they're dead.
Yeah. That'd be a really scary boss if it actually could hit you.
They have the power to turn.
Okay.
On the subject of mini bosses that would be scary.
Here's another mini-boss that doesn't know how to turn, and he's dead.
So there's another warp here. I'm actually not going to go for it because I'm low on health, and there's a health thing right there. But you can do the same thing as in Stage 4, where you position yourself where that exit would be, and just kind of teleport there. But I'm going to play it safe because this is a marathon, and the Stage 6 boss can actually be very powerful if you don't do him correctly. So I'm going to open this boss fight with stars to break these little seals he has. For everyone active, he takes less damage. And then I'm going to switch to laser and use bombs, and hopefully he's just going to die really fast. Okay. Yeah. If he gets any attacks off, things get bad really fast. He's very hard to dodge. So this is a 2-minute long shmup, and there's pretty much nothing of interest going on. If we have some donations, that's a great time.
Awesome. We have an anonymous $50 donation that simply says runner's choice. We also have a $10 donation from the Cody Knight that says, "Thanks for collection all the donash for a good cause, and thanks for the awesome event." We have a $20 donation from Cyber1 that says, "Cheers to the runners, cheers to the announcers, and super cheers to the chat from the land down under." We have a $50 donation from William Sem42. Says, "My first SGDQ. Having a ton of fun watching. Special thanks to my friend Volvi for telling me about it. Let's kill the animals."
Okay, real quick here. There is this mini-boss. Their movements are completely random. They're invincible while they're attacking. But that was a pretty good pattern. Anyway, you can continue with donations, just more auto-scrolling.
All right. We have a $20 anonymous donation that says, "Thanks everyone for this good marathon. We will have a very good Game Boy games this day, and my favorite one, Super Mario Land. Go, go, Proto." We have a $10 donation from Sly Power that says, "Hello, greetings from Finland. Awesome show and getting bummed that it is almost over. Good luck all the runners, and thank you for making my week a lot better." Thank you for your donation, Sly Power.
So you'll notice I'm doing this weird movement pattern through here. Doing this causes the heads at the top of the screen to not fire bullets, or fire bullets at such an angle that they're like hitting themselves. It's not really a major thing, it's just kind of fun.
Lag reduction.
Yeah, lag reduction. Let's go with that.
It's actually just RNG manipulation, because everything is RNG manipulation.
What a dangerous looking attack. Oh.
That actually
Wow, that actually clipped me. Wow. All right, don't mock the bosses, guys.
In case anyone needs help getting into shmups, first rule of shmups, tap right.
I'll always just tap right. That's the answer.
If that doesn't work, tap left.
Sometimes tap down. So there's totally a really important cutscene here, and we just don't care.
Something, dead guy. But that guy, he's less important than this door.
Yeah, this is a completely irrelevant cutscene, but we care a lot because you cannot skip the cutscene of this door opening.
Gotta set that drama.
Very important door. Ah. So one of the things to note is that the bomb route I'll be using in Stage 8 is actually very important. I need a very specific setup of bombs by the end of the stage.
Yeah, the bombs that he'll be collecting in this stage will be important for quick killing a mini-boss. And it'll be apparent when we reach the mini-boss why it needs to be quick killed.
Ooh. Okay, so I don't care about any of the damage I took in the first part of the stage because, hey, it's this thing again. And just like last time, he drops full health. Now I start to care a little more about my health. All right. So my goal is to assemble red, red, blue as my bomb setup. While also trying to clear the screen as quickly as possible. You'll notice sometimes I pick up bombs even when I have 3 bombs, and it's like, why don't you just use those bombs? But in a lot of places, using bombs actually causes more lag than it would save time, so it's not worth it. Why did I pick that up? That was a mistake. We're gonna make it work.
Okay, so here's more gargoyles, and there are these platforms on the screen, and he actually needs to be riding these platforms to progress. So by killing those gargoyles like that, he's able to leave on the first cycle of those platforms.
Yep, we're just going to completely ignore that mini-boss. Also, there are a bunch of wizards that spawn that can shoot fire and lightning and whatever.
All right, and here's a boss, I guess.
Yeah, here's a really difficult mini-boss.
They're invincible until the cutscene kills them.
Yeah, you can't actually do anything
All right,
there.
cutscene's killing them. Good job. You did it.
Go plot boss.
Quickly, branch. Co-op. This is just text mashing. It's, yeah. You can read a donation while we get the power to destroy this door.
Well, I wish you luck on that. We have a $20 anonymous donation that says, this goes to SMW low percent run. Red Zephos is a great runner, and let's see him not fly over every level.
We probably have time for another.
We have a $10 donation from Shadow J that says, hello from Melbourne, Australia. Loving the event so far.
So, does someone want to explain the final boss? I'll be ready on time. This is the final boss. Time will be when he starts exploding. Okay, so first we have one last mini-boss. He's going to fire some aimed bullets at me, but I'm just going to tap dodge because I shmup, despite what Krimi might say.
Okay, so here's the final boss spawning right now. Time will be when this boss is exploding. So he'll just be spamming lasers at its face and using bombs to remove the bullets that are being fired at him. And hopefully, okay, I was about to say hopefully he doesn't take hits and lose his laser levels.
Time.
But
Nice.
the boss goes down and we save the world.
Well done.
1850.
Okay, that's not too terrible. My PB is a mid 17, but it was on Gens a couple of years ago. Shoutouts to Gens. It is a very accurate emulator.
Oh yeah, so good at what it does.
Yeah, and that was Twinkle Tail. Thank you guys so much for having me. Breakdown, thanks for hopping on my couch at the last second.
Hey, no problem.
Always glad to see one of the other 3 people, I think, who's ever played this game.
That number should go up. This game's a lot of fun.
It really should. Very fun game. Really fun game to speedrun just because you really can route it to your own mashing limit. But at the same time, don't recommend running it for long periods of time. My finger's completely numb.
Worth noting, it does give you auto fire. It's just mashing is faster.
The auto fire is not that fast.
No,
actually,
it is not.
So.
All right. Well, that was Twinkle Tail. Thank you, everyone.
Good job, sir.